Hi, I'm Mary Ellen Collins. We're talking about step 5 on how do you start a motherless daughters group. So the step 5 is finding others to join you. So that's a really critical step. Um, where do you find other motherless daughters? Anywhere you are. Look to the right, look to the left, look in front of you, look behind you. One of these people have a story of mother loss. You just don't know it. If I haven't met you, I'm Mary Ellen Collins. I'm the executive director and founder of the Motherless Daughters Ministry. I am so pleased that you have chosen to spend your precious time with me today. I am bringing you Monday morning ministry moments. We've talked about 4 other steps. We've talked about step 1 was finding your purpose. Step 2 was creating a firm foundation. Step 3 was telling your story and getting that all put together. Step 4 was choosing a location. And now what we're going to talk about is how do you find others to meet with you? Where do you find them? So before you start looking, I want you really to make some decisions, and you really need to think about this, ask yourself, what type of mother loss will your group focus on? Now, ask yourself these questions. Will it be women who've lost a mother through death? Will it be early loss? Will it be later loss? Will it be women who have living mothers but have never been nurtured? You can have mother loss without mother death. The women we serve today at the Motherless Daughters Ministry represents early loss, later loss, double loss, those with living mothers, those with deceased mothers, those who have experienced emotional absence, those who have experienced narcissism. So, but we didn't start that way. We started out with early loss and then grew. So there is no really right way to do this. I'm just sharing what we did. Being similar in the beginning may have an asset as your group gets started. Once our group was established, we diversified and included more types of mother loss into our group. So as you now thought about that, you need to fine tune your location. Choose the date and time you want to meet. Will you meet online or will you meet on site at a location? Either way, it takes a lot of planning. Will your group meet during the day or will it meet in the evening? If you are meeting on site, where do you plan to meet? I've said this before, I highly, highly recommend choosing this carefully. No coffee shops or public places. Women want to be able to express themselves, and they're inhibited when they talk in a public space. Privacy creates a safe environment, and that's key. You must have a safe environment. This is why we chose to begin using churches as host sites. And another question that you all have to think through is, will you have an opportunity to have childcare available if asked? Some churches offer childcare, which may be available to you. So that's another asset. So now, okay, you're ready to start finding these women in your group. If you attend a church, this is one of the first places I would search. Talk to whoever's in charge of communications, and there's going to be somebody that's in charge of communications. See if you can add a blurb in the church bulletin. Create a separate flyer and ask if it could be included. At least one staff member will likely want to see the flyers ahead of time to approve them. Once they do, they may be willing to put them in women's washrooms so women can pick them up in private. Leaving them in a washroom is an easier procedure to implement and is less pushy than standing at a church door, where women are often accompanied by family members, so they may just smile at you and walk on. I also have put these on the back of doors of the toilet stalls. And make sure you put them at eye level so there's a focus and attention. Anytime you are doing a mass appeal, always ask for an RSVP on your invitation. You need to know who's coming. Ask the church staff member if you can hand out flyers at the church entrance. I will tell you, I have learned that there are tips for working with churches. Just because you have doing good things, there's an assumption we have that the church will back us. We need to get that very clear and upfront. Church staff needs to know ahead of time what you intend to do and when you'd like to do that. I'm always clear when I talk with the church that I'm only asking for a room, not asking for them to take on leading a new program. I found that makes a huge difference in their response. The other thing I want to tell you, start as close to the top as possible. Whoever's in the top slot, start there when asking for permission. They may delegate it to someone else who answers to them, but it's easier to work down from the top than it is to work up from the bottom. So other places that you can find women, I mean, there are groups you belong to. It may be neighborhood groups, it may be play date groups, it may be dinner groups, it's just social groups that you belong to. You already have an idea maybe of who you want to talk to, but don't be shy. Have an quote elevator speech ready that tell them you're starting a Motherless Honor group, and if they know of anyone who might be interested in finding out more. That's always an easy way to tell someone without seeming too pushy. They'll have the opportunity to say, yes, that's me, or they will tell you someone that they know who may benefit from it. Believe me, there are many motherless daughters in either of these groups. They just don't talk about it. Those who find the Motherless Daughters Ministry are overjoyed to know that they are not alone. Think about the places that you could put your flyers. Brainstorm places women go to. Gyms and churches, and doctor's office, laundromats. Those are some ideas. Just make sure and get permission from an owner or manager at the location, or your hard work may go into the trash. Post your flyers and give information how to contact you. Now, there's a couple other places that you also can reach out to, but I want to give you some heads up on these. One, there are meetup groups. There's a website for meetup groups in many cities. This is another place that you can find groups to be part of your Motherless Daughter group. Just be aware you do not know the people on this site, so you may want to communicate with them first. I've had some experiences that were pretty horrendous when I didn't do that. Facebook groups is another, and the same goes for Facebook groups. They can be very successful, or neighborhood groups. So I would just heed the same warning I did with meetup groups. Communicate. What is success? However you choose to find the women to be part of your group, just start small and build. If you have 2 or 3 women come to that first meeting, it is a raging success. The word will get out and others will want to join you. All right, let's talk about, I want to make sure that you are, if you're aware of other Motherless Daughters, I want you to do 3 things. I want you to share the message with them. If it's speaking to you, hit the like button. I also want you to tag someone if they should watch it. And if you could relate to this video, let me know. And as we spend our time together, I want you to carefully think about how you will find other Motherless Daughters to join your group. There will be free coaching calls available. Go to motherlessdaughtersministry.com to sign up for one. Have a wonderful week, and we'll talk again next Monday.